A very complex question, but I think what was touched on a lot during the workshops, but also resonated with me, is that South Asia is a really, I mean, in terms of a geographical region or an identity, it's incredibly diverse. Lots of different religions, nationalities, ethnic groups. Me personally, I identify as a Hindu Punjabi coming from India. That's where my parents were from, and that's the South Asia that I identify with. But I recognize that, India itself is also incredibly diverse in terms of religion, in terms of languages, in terms of ethnic identity. So while South Asia as a term is incredibly generic, where I fit my identity as somebody of Indian origin who is both Hindu and Punjabi. So Hinduism has always been a religious, I like the word religio-cultural identity that I've worked very hard to kind of navigate, and I think I'm still navigating that religious identity. My background is in religious studies, so I've worked very hard to, kind of grapple with all the different aspects of Hinduism and what that might mean, as a practiced religion in India, as well as a practiced religion here in Canada within the home that I was brought up in. So for me, I identify with Hinduism more as a philosophy, as an umbrella culture. So I identify Hinduism with the temple, with certain life cycle rituals that I have grown up with my childhood memories, with the epic stories that we used to watch as children on Sundays. My mom would sit us down and say, okay, you have to watch the Mahabharata, or you have to watch the Ramayana and learn the stories of Hinduism. So I think at face value, that's what Hinduism is to me. But of course, there's a lot of different layers there, which I'm still trying to navigate. Well, I've spent a good few years now doing a lot of academic work, but also activist work on the issue of sex-selective abortion amongst Indian Canadians in the GTA. So I think that has a lot of religious and cultural implications, and as was talked about today, those things are by no means static. There's a lot of fluidity that happens there. But I think just in relation to what's been talked about during the workshop today, as well as the work that I've been doing, these identities of religion and culture are always huge, and there's not really a clear barrier between what is religion and what is culture and how those two mix together, especially in the South Asian context. So I'm still working through that, and I think that comes a lot out through the work that I do on gender-based violence.